Alright, hello, this is Mr. Crozier. I want to help you get started on your homework today. I'm going to do questions 1 and 2 with you. We have product of sum formula, worksheet number 1. Problem says cosine of 45 times cosine of 15. Well, I know this, but I don't know this. And one of our options is to use sum and difference formulas. We have half angles, and now we have product of sum formulas. And don't worry, all we have are these ones left and the sum to product, which are very similar. So if we do this formula here, we have a cosine, which is this angle, or this formula here. So I have it set up like this. I can use this formula, and doing this is going to get you stuff on the unit circle. So let's see here. And I always write it exactly like you see it. It says cosine of something, let's not worry about that right now, plus cosine of something else. So there's my formula. Cosine, 1/2 cosine of something plus the other cosine. Alright, well, let's fill in these lines here. Well, first, this is I subtract them in that order. So 45 minus 15 is 30 degrees. And this is I add them in that order, so that is 60 degrees. And the reason for this is, hopefully you can see now, these are unit circle values. So I have a half times cosine of 30 is root 3 over 2 plus cosine of 160 is a half. Let's go ahead and do order of operations. Let's do that first. That's 1/2 times root 3 plus 1 over 2 when I'm adding fractions. And now I multiply straight across. I distribute this in towards everything. It doesn't change it, but be careful. If that was a 3, we'd have to multiply by this and that. So that stays that, and 2 times 2 in the denominator, 4. So that is the exact value for cosine of 45 times this. And we've done it even though we don't know this on the unit circle by using this formula. And that's the whole idea behind these problems. Alright, number 2. Same thing. We have another cosine. So I'm going to set it up the same way, but don't forget about the 6. We have 1/2 cosine of something plus cosine of something. Let me go ahead and check that formula. Cosine means cosine plus. Alright. Let's go ahead and first I subtract them, and if I subtract them I have 90 degrees, and if I add them I have 360 degrees. Alright, so now I just need to do the math. Well, the first thing I like to do on this is, hopefully what you see here is you just have an A times a B times this big C. And this is all the C value here, and I can multiply in any order, so I'm going to multiply these first. That's what, 3. Now I just have to do the inside, and the cosine of 90 is 0 plus cosine of 360, 1. 3 times 1 is 3. Well, hopefully you notice something else about this. These values, and that's the correct way to work this out using the product of sum formula, but there's a whole nother way to work this out. Sometimes it works out this easy. Let's see here, 225 and cosine of 135. What do you notice about both of these? These are on the unit circle. If I draw my unit circle, I have 135 here and 225 here, so these are on the unit circle. So actually, I could have just done them the easy way. I could have just said this is 6. What would this be? That'd be a cosine of that be a negative root 2 over 2. The cosine of this, and hey, those are the same thing. Let's multiply across. What do I have on top? 6 times, well, root 2 and root 2 make 2 times 6 is 12 over 4, and that's 3. And it's the same answer we have in both times. On the top, we can't do that over here. We can't do that another way because that's not on the unit circle. So if they're on the unit circle, you can do it the easy way. If they're not on the unit circle, like this one up here, you have to use this formula. Or you use half angle, sum or difference. This is the easiest one though. Alright, hope this helps you get started on your homework.